Welcome back to Taiwan Outlook. We've been talking about the economy and sports marketing of Beijing Olympic Games. And in our studio today is Professor Philip Cheng from National Taiwan Normal University. And Professor Cheng, we've been talking about Taiwan's ability to host mega international sports events. But the Beijing experience showed to us that we still have a long way to go. But, you know, people are now talking about the post-Olympic economy of Beijing Olympic Games. What's your view on that?
I think the operation of the Olympic marketing has become more and more mature, and there's a kind of international sports agent.
Yeah.
They can help you to do the successful.
It's also professionalized as well.
Yes, yes. So once you have the bid, you become Olympic host city, the stock will going up. Mm-hmm. I can show you there's a newspaper here. So you can see from the Los Angeles and to the Seoul Olympic Games, and the Barcelona and Atlanta 96 and 2000 Sydney and Athens 2004. The stocks all going
before the game.
Up, before the game. So that's a good sign here. However, we were talking about the valley effect, because you put a lot of money invest the Olympic Games. So what about after the Olympic Games? We call it post-Olympic. You can see here, only 3 host cities, the GDP is still going up, others going down.
Okay.
So to me, we see it is kind of normal, the GDP going down, you know, after 7 years preparation and the money you invest in, but it depends on the whole city. For example, in Beijing, the percentage of Beijing's GDP is less than 4% compared with the total GDP of the China. So it depends on the city. If the whole city is small and GDP is high, then the economic the tendency will going down for long term. But in my view, the economic develop post-Olympic game is quite good. It's quite good. For example, the legacy. Many people still interested in visit the bird nest, water cube, this place. So the tourism still going up. And because the government try to help this local brand, so the business of a local brand also grows. And for some brand have the plan to be an international brand, they have the experience.
That's right.
To be a top sponsor, so they have the experience. So I think for the business is good. And you also can see some sign here. 2010, they have the Shanghai Expo.
That's right.
And in Shanghai, they have Formula One. They have ATP Tennis Open, Master Cup. In Beijing, they have marathon. They have the others. So all these things will help the economics too.
Let's talk about sports in general and the development of the city in general. As from the experience or example you just mentioned, many of the China cities right now are now using sports a way to market the city. What are the important niches or advantages of using sports to market the city?
In order to have a successful sports event, you have to build or remodel your sports venue.
That's right. Or even the city, you know.
In the city, the transportation and communication and many things. So I think in the case of Beijing Olympic Games, Beijing City has been promoted and advanced at least 20 years. If Beijing don't host the Olympic Games, far behind. So every city want to be the number 2 Beijing city, especially Shanghai, Guangzhou,
That's right.
Xiamen, all the other cities.
But it also costs some money, you know.
Yeah. So you have to collect the money from the central government, and you have to collect money from the TV right, from the sponsorship, and license good, and the other marketing revenues, ticket sales.
How about the development of sports industry in China right now? You know, and in the old days, it's a communist system, socialist system, so it's trained by the government and so on. But now we are seeing a rising of the sports industry in China. What's your view on that?
Now in China's view, the sports industry, they call the third industry, which means the service industry.
Yeah.
But in Taiwan, the major sports industry, the category is the sporting goods.
Yeah, sporting goods. Not the sports itself.
No, because relatively small. Professional baseball, professional basketball is relatively small.
Yeah.
So, but internationally, we put these two together, sporting goods and sports service, professional sport, like that. So I think the concept is different now in China. In order to work with the other sports industry in United States, in Asia country, you have to have the unified definition first. You have the clear category compared with the other countries' sports industry.
Yeah.
And you have to, I think they have the opportunity because after the Olympic Games, for example, they are interested in jogging and Formula One and the soccers.
Yeah.
Even they're going to bid for the 2016 the World Cup game.
Yeah. Soccer game.
Yeah, soccer games.
But, you know, how about Taiwan sports industry? As you mentioned, that our concept is still a very traditional one. In other words, that's sporting goods, not sporting service. You know? And how far can we move towards this kind of new concept of sports industry?
I think the basic is the economics. Economics influence the sports industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once people they have more money, they're more concerned about their health, more concerned about their entertainment, like that. So first, I think requirement we have a better economics. So that's here we say.
But in China, you also have a gap between the rich and the poor, right?
Yes.
But how can they develop such a a sports industry with such a huge gap between the rich and the poor?
They only do in some major cities.
I see. And the size will be big enough for them.
Bigger enough. Yes.
How about internationalization in addition to professionalization? And encourage our athletes to go abroad to compete, will one way upgrade their competitiveness and so on. Do you think our athletes are internationalized enough in competing internationally?
There's a pro and cons here. Because we lack of the best coach. The example in this Beijing Olympic Games, there are many foreign coaches help the Beijing to win the gold medal.
I see.
So we don't have this. So we send our athlete to the other country. Maybe we have the better coaching environment.
Training.
Yes, because the talent can be developed.
That's right.
And the other way also hurt our own sports in Taiwan because maybe they just stay in the United States,
That's right.
other countries. In the case of baseball, the better the Wang Jianmin's performance, the poorer our Chinese professional baseball because nobody watched
That's right.
the games in Taiwan.
So there are, advantage and disadvantage of, But it is true that not only the athletes are professionalized, coaches are also professionalized.
Yes.
And you have to compete with other foreign coaches as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have very good coaching system in Taiwan. Even the education program. We are not fully integrate with the scientific, the science, sports science, to help the sports performance.
And look to the future. Apparently, the most important two events that we are going to host next year is the Deaf Olympics and the World Game. But time is drawing closer and nearer.
Yes.
And we are still preparing for that. You know,
Yes.
what are the most important things that the government should do now to try to make a successful event?
As you know, our President Ma say about 633. I think sports can help our economic, in a sense.
That's right.
And so, I like to suggest our government, you have to see these two games more seriously. You have to put more support. You cannot, Kaohsiung and Taipei City, they host the game alone.
Yeah.
That's not enough. I think that's most important thing. And secondly, you should design your own marketing strategy in very short times.
That's right.
Yes.
And also from other countries' experiences, the sports event could also be a profit-making event, right?
Yes.
It helps our economy as well.
Yes, right. You're right. So it depends on our attitude. I think the attitude decides our success.
Okay, thank you much, Professor Cheng. Thank you.
you.
And thank you for watching Taiwan Outlook, and see you next time.